You sent us the Facebook link. Hey, we didn't get the FB link.
We're on live. We're live. We're live.
Oh, we are? We need the link.
Yeah, you silly, you know. I'm like, I hope you don't say nothing crazy.
Where's the link? Where's the link, ma'am?
Getting you the link.
She's doing her
Getting
due diligence.
you the link. Getting you the link.
She's doing her
Oh my
due diligence.
God.
She wants everyone to know.
She's having a moment. She's having a link meltdown. What's up, guys? What's up? It's another day.
Hello.
You know, I got distracted because LinkedIn notified me that we were live. So I was like, oh, I never seen that before. So it notified, so I was like, oh, okay. And then as soon as I was I was getting out of it, it kind of just, I saw people coming on, and I was like, oh, okay, you watching from LinkedIn? Okay.
It's okay. I got it. It's fine.
Oh, you got it? I'm sorry. Okay.
See, she
Sorry.
doesn't care what anything else you're saying. She just wants this live to share it.
I know. We're back, guys. It's the season finale.
How is it not even finale already? When did this happen? On a real though, like my mind is still blown over the fact that we are at the end already. I feel like we just started this yesterday, and here we are.
We've had 7 shows. Like, we've legit had 7 shows.
This is
So,
a milestone.
You know, people get paid $100,000 for 7 shows, right? People get paid $100,000 for 7 shows.
I didn't hear you. Say it one more time.
People get paid $100,000 for 7 shows.
Just throw that out there,
Let's go.
into the universe.
Good.
Manifesting that shit.
Manifest it. Just-
Hello, Facebookers. Hello, we live. Yes, we are. Nadisha doesn't play. Nadisha's been on every single for all 7 weeks, right? If you've been on for all 7 weeks, let me see you drop your 7s. Drop your 7s.
Don't lie.
Yes.
Do not lie.
Don't lie. Don't lie. Drop your 7. It's a lovely day. It's great to be back here with Selena and Selena Blue and Recoilia. It was so good. I mean, let's do our pleasantries first before we get into the nitty gritty of everything. But it was really good to be on here with you guys. I think we make a solid team, and I would be very interested to see how this would play out if we were able to produce this and really make this like a thing, like when I say produce it, like it has been produced, but make it something that it can be viable for all of us. So we're coming in, and it's like work, like we're working, but we're having fun, and I can appreciate that. It was a great 7-week run. This started off as just this idea that has been I always wanted to do, well, I've always loved doing shows with other people. Most people think I like doing shows by myself, but I always really love doing shows with other people. I've done I used to do QTS with Matt in the morning when I was at Q95. Then I went on to do my own show. I used to do Sunny Side Up with Shamdada and Elias. And Sunny Side Up was produced by me as well. Like, I did all of the background work, and that was years ago. But I always loved having a group of intellects that I could, bounce off ideas. We could agree to disagree. We could talk about current issues. We could talk about and you guys kind of, I mean, if I have to tell people how I know y'all, like, they'll probably be like I literally know Recoilia from sliding into her DMs. Like, no joke. I slid into her DM. So we've never even met. Never even met, right? And when I taught last year, one of the readings just happened to come from her blog. Her blog was very active, and I really liked what she had to say, and I invited her to my class to present, and the rest is history, And Stelina, I've known Stelina since she's a little girl. She just don't know it. But yes, I know Ashma. And if Elka is your best friend, Elka is like my little sister. So right?
I know.
So I mean, I know your dad, I know your mom, and it was funny because I was talking to Oral, and I was like, I want somebody that will be able to say what their mind, what's on their mind. And Oral was like, try Josie.
Oral, I coming for you, Oral. Oral, I am going to come for you.
That was Oral. That was Oral. Look at the glass. She
Yeah.
shine that child.
Goblet.
That's green
What is
juice.
that?
That is green juice.
Wondering.
Green juice. Okay.
I'm doing a fast, so I'm having green
Hmm.
juice.
What was that? What?
I'm doing a cleanse. I'm doing a little cleanse. I need to my body.
I
I
know
need
what you
a
mean.
cleanse.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm doing
sometimes your body just calls for it.
You know what?
But if you kind of also whack and you need
More
to
than
just
cleanse.
purge
yeah.
it
I,
out.
I need to do more than cleanse. Seriously.
You
Like
need a detox.
I
Bush
need
bath?
the talks, all kind of listen. I need to get. Yesterday, I actually had Kavem Hodge, who is on the West Indies team, on my show. Well, telling that you were on the live,
I was on there.
and I was telling him, I suspect I'm going to be pleasantly plump until the day I die, because it's such a struggle to like sometimes I lose it, and I'm like, ooh, stomach get flat and thing, and then I see breadfruit, and I'm like, and
Well, there, the cleanse is not even when my mind is even on weight loss with the cleanse. I just feel like my body, I need to detoxify my body. If the weight loss comes along with whatever the ingredients are, it may aid in weight loss, but I just need to flush,
Yeah.
flush to the toxins, the metals. So I've been fasting for how long? Today's what? It's Thursday? Yeah, Sunday, from Sunday night. Nothing.
so
Just
you,
Good.
you're
So
still
how
just
long is your fast for?
all day. Okay, so my last meal, I had a meal at like 12 p.m. So I'll fast for like 18 hours.
Ah, okay.
wow.
Mhm.
That's what Kevin calls that discipline. Now,
Yeah, I do it, from time to time, but this week has been my longest that I've been like really consistent on it.
And you're feeling the difference? As in like,
Lightheaded. Besides being a little lightheaded, that will come now and then. But my body feels like I would like 2 weeks ago I was sluggish. Like I couldn't I was like, oh, not in the mood. Mental clarity was almost not there, and I'm like, oh, I was having a lot of steak too.
wow.
So yeah, just getting rid of it. I'll give you guys the ingredients: cilantro, grapefruit. I'll drop it in the group chat.
Share it, share
God,
it.
God, like you said, I'm even scared.
It tastes really good though. It tastes good. There are ingredients that are like sweet. So the apple will make it sweet. So you'll not even taste the cilantro because there's a lot of apples in the ingredients. Green, there's peach. So you will taste the peach.
Mm.
You know,
You drink that as the days going by, as the day.
as if when I feel hungry, I drink that. If I'm not hungry, I maintain the fast. I maintain the fasting hours. So I
Ah,
know I'm gonna be sitting here, so I'll be sipping on this.
Good stuff.
wow.
Yeah, no, share the recipe.
I
I
would.
will.
I want
Yeah,
to
actually.
actually. This woman hit me up on online, and she does this like really amazing, like she can get you like skinny like hell in like 60 days. So she has like a really good track record. I know one person, and she only gets to you through like somebody has to refer you to her. So she
Mm-hmm.
has like a 2 year waiting list. And she was like, oh, she's like, I have some time open up. Do you want to join? And I'm like, boy, I watching them other money to spend, and I'm like, boy, do I gonna be spending presently plump?
Nah, just do an intermittent fast.
But then my back has been giving me some serious problems. So I was like, probably I just need to not, because those kinds of when you get into those kinds of programs, they kind of push you because they want to achieve the results, because they have, I guess, a certain level to, because in her sign up she tells you, if she sees it's not working out for you, she'll give you back your money.
Your money back guaranteed. Yeah.
Like, she'll give you back your money and stuff. So I'm like, should I do this? And then I used to work out with this guy. I don't know if you know Kyle. I used to work out with Kyle
Yeah.
virtually, and I found that it was working for me.
Mhm.
But we would do a couple days a week, and I try to watch what I eat and stuff. And I was like, you know what, Kyle, let's do this again, because I honestly feel the sluggish you probably was feeling. I feel that way. I'm always tired. My brain is just my brain is a little slower than it normally is. But then again, I know I'm tired because I've
Right.
been at it full throttle for the last couple of years. So I probably need a vacation, and a vacation meaning unplugging and not telling all clients and and actually like taking a break. So probably that's what I need more than the cleanse. But yeah, it's been rough, but it's been great having you guys. It's been,
It has been really
I
great.
know, Recolia,
Same.
you've had so many different things open up for you over the last couple of weeks and stuff, and you've been busy and stuff, and Stelina, I know you moved during our when we started, and
Mm-hmm.
we've been, I moved countries, you know, we've been doing this, and it's been honestly a pleasure working alongside you guys, and I hope that the fans share the same sentiments, the folks who come on every single week. If you share the same sentiments, I hope you do, and if you don't, you got to share alive, share alive, share alive, share alive. Make sure you share alive, so that, because you know what, if we honestly feel that this is not making sense, then to give you our 2 cents, we'll probably not come back. Right, if it doesn't make sense, it needs to make dollars if we're gonna continue making 2 cents, right? uh,
Well, two
uh
cents.
Nadisha says season 2 in August. Giving us a break now. Season 2. Giving us a break. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great. What is your experience like? I'm interested to know.
Us?
Yeah.
I still
For me,
can.
it's learning. I'm learning a lot from you too. Because later, I'm not on your level when it comes to media, journalism, da 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 da. I mean, I'm on the internet a lot. I do social, but I am not in as deep and in the nitty gritties as you guys are. So I'm learning a lot aside from just logging onto Instagram and just scrolling through the shade room and just butting into things that are not news related per se. So I'm reading more too. Like shit, 2 cents. I have to read. What's going on? What's coming up? I'm not up to date. I need to go. So I'm reading more. I'm occupied with. I like it. It's a little stimulating for me, along with my cleanse. Very stimulating. I like
Mm,
Shameless plug on the
I like
cleanse. I
it.
love
I like it.
it.
I like it.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed working with you guys as well. I feel like saying working with you guys is the wrong descriptor because it does not feel like work. Um, and I mean, Jael, we've had this conversation at the start of this. When Jael first approached me, we had an extensive conversation about, there being a need for platforms like these, where we can discuss and debate, topical things happening, not just in the Caribbean, but, around the world. Um, Especially like from a Caribbean perspective, because there are tons and tons and tons of, blogs and lives and all of that, from the US and all around the world. But we don't really have a space like that locally. And I say locally, meaning across
the
the
Caribbean
region.
space, yeah.
Yeah. And beyond just, and the thing is, it's easy to sort of have bacchanal, where it's just all drama. There's a space for all of that. I myself indulge in it every so often, but I mean, there are also times when you need to have, like, as Selena just said, like an actual intellectual discourse and things, beyond just the drama, where we can actually talk about, how these things are impacting on us and, our stance on it, as well as, kind of giving a voice as well to certain things that nobody else is really discussing. And even if we are discussing international stuff, finding a way to bring that home. Nobody's really doing that. So I'm really proud
Yeah.
that we are able to do that. And I am so, so happy that, our watchers, our viewers, and our fans are enjoying that balance as well, because we dabble in the drama and the
We
bacchanal
do.
because
We
I
do.
mean, of course,
We do.
but there's a balance within. I'm really happy that the fans are enjoying that as well. So it's working. It's working, and I love it.
Yeah, yeah, it's been really good. So our fans, let us know how you guys feel about the show. I know some folks have been dropping in and they've been saying season two, season two, season two. They've been saying season two. Also, if you know anybody that has money, I want to sponsor the show. Shameless plug about that, right? I mean, tell them to holla, because girlfriends got to get paid, right? Um, I don't I believe I've never actually. There's only one show I've ever done where there was not a financial like
Okay.
gain, and this is 2 cents. Right? And that's because it was the very first time I was doing an online show with other people. When it's me alone, I use my leverage because I've been in radio for years. Not only that, I've been in marketing for years. So because of that, I kind of have a client base that I could reach out to. And there are also a few people out there that believe in what I do, and they're willing to be like even in angel investors in my dreams, right? And I hope that people who are watching out there can see the need, or say, hey, this is something that we want to continue, because you know what, we got bills to pay, we're all young. um
Mm,
I'm straight out of university, so still paying back student loan from my undergrad. Actually, I'm still paying back undergrad. I don't have to pay back from the masters because I got scholarships, but I'm still paying back from my undergrad, right? So we got bills to pay. Sterling, I know you got bills to pay, you got shit to, you understand, right? Recording, I know you got bills to pay, because I mean, and we also see, we can, as young women, we tend to stretch ourselves too, when we, especially when you have hashtag goals, and we stretch ourselves because we want to be able to get to where we need to get to. And I prefer to work smart than to work extremely hard, right?
exactly.
This slavery shit has long been abolished. We don't need to be working so extremely hard. And obviously, people see the value in continuing this. We want to be able to get paid, and paid fairly, so we're hoping that we can reach out to a few sponsors in the next couple of weeks, and hopefully get back on this show for season two. So if you want us for season two, I mean, start, somebody, start telling them. This is probably the only Caribbean online show that's where only women are on, right? So there you go. I'm putting it out there for y'all, you know, to share it. And people always think that when I say share it, like I just talking shit out of my arse. But the proof is always in the pudding, and people want data. And if you can't show them data, they're not gonna put money behind it, right?
True.
The only way I can tell people, I can go to companies and say, hey, sponsor 2 cents, is if I can show them the data that people actually watch. But if you come on here and you watch the show and you gee and you don't share, you're not really helping us to make this show come back. So make sure you hit the share button. And I'm saying this almost like I'm threatening you, yes. But hit the share button, because that's the way you show that you support the show. Because when you share the button, somebody else is gonna see it and they might share it as well. And this is how it's gonna go. And then people are gonna realize, damn, I really like this show. Oh, we really want to get it back. Oh, the data shows people are watching the show. And that's what we
That's how
want.
conversations start, actually.
Period per. Right? So enough about that. We want to get straight into the swing of things. We have lots of things to talk about today. I mean, we might have to cut off or uncut or whatever, but we got so much stuff to talk about today.
Ooh, I should get my charger for my laptop.
You should do that. Do that. It's summer. It's summertime. It's summer, but there's a lot of carnivals happening. A lot of
Yeah.
bacchanals happening. Still on this. I know Saint Lucia is soon. Uh, Grenada
It's in August.
yeah.
Crop over.
Crop
So
over.
Didn't see happiness yet.
everybody but Trinidad and Dominica have carnival in the summer. Like they really have.
We start the year with the carnival. We kickstart the carnival.
Actually,
Taking
Dominica,
that.
I was considering changing the dates.
Really?
But yeah, at one point there was like talks about whether or not it should be kept around that time, because I guess they were trying to encourage like tourism and stuff.
Mm.
And
When do they want to change it to?
I don't know. Well, this will never happen in Dominica, because we are extremely religious, as you probably see on the live, and people follow the calendar. Carnival follows the calendar. So when Lent hits, everybody turns saint. They forget about all the boom boom they had
How they was
outside.
winding up on the light pole and back on the police officer. When did that happen? What?
And the length.
When you see Lent comes around, everything I see, like being in
Selective
radio,
memory.
we have to change up your whole programming. You can't play too much bacchanal songs. Let me tell you, they don't play. They don't play. So because I've seen that, I know it will never change. But we were having a discussion, and recall that you kind of missed out on that discussion. But we're having a discussion about the best Juve and the best Carnival and the best fetes in the Caribbean. And we may have our own biases because
I'm
we're
right.
we're Dominicans, but I try my best to be very honest and not let my bias ways steer me into the direction of my country in
Mm-hmm.
Me.
every single way, right? And Stelina had Stelina actually was saying where she thought had the best Juve. But recall it because you're Trini and I know how Trinis are. We'll let you go first. Who do you think has the best fete, the best carnival, and the best Juve?
Fats, Trinidad, hands down, and that's not just bias.
We're not going on. We're not even going to go on.
If you just look at facts, there are a lot of the fact that there is more of a Trini presence. I want to say Trini presence in the space of a lot of fat promoters are expanding their already successful carnival fats in Trinidad, and they're expanding to new territories. That in itself is a sign that these are sell-off events, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's a very specific energy with it. Um, Carnival, I'm gonna be biased again. It's Trinidad, and
I
if
don't
no
agree.
one has ever experienced Trinidad Carnival, I would
I don't
suggest that
agree
that be a bucket list item, if nothing else. Juve, Grenada, hands down Grenada. We actually like. I don't think we even do Juve anymore. Not Juve, sorry. Yeah, I don't think we do Juve. Yes, but um, there's something a bit more raw with the Juve in Grenada. I enjoy Juve in Trinidad thoroughly, but Juve now is getting to be pretty. So it's cute. It's not as raw as it used to be. And when I say pretty and cute, I mean that the band back in the day, the bands, it used to just be you meet up by wherever at dawn, and you go behind this one truck, and that's it. There's no wee truck, there's no food, there's nothing. You just there on pure vibes. And now Juve is Trini Juve is a lot more like a mini con as a mini mass experience in itself, which
hmm
is still fun, but there's something that is missing still, I find. But Grenada, Juve, they've maintained a particular raw energy, and it's more than the jab. Yes, that is a big thing, but it's not about, well, we had to look cute for the gram. It's about we here to have a damn good time. We dirty, we were oily, we whatever. It's just vibes. So that is also another thing I would highly recommend as a bucket list item if you've never experienced carnival in Grenada. Definitely try it.
well. I want to let those of you on the line on the link on
I
your
feel like this
live
is
right
gonna be
now.
a
I want you
spicy.
to drop as well.
I think this
Best
one's gonna be
carnival,
spicy.
best fed, best Juve. Drop your three best, your three top best. Now, I want to ask you a second question before I go to Stelina. How many carnivals have you actually gone to in the Caribbean? Recall, are you thinking?
Oh, that was for me. Oh, that was for Selena.
No, you love.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Selena. Two actually. Nahani. But I've been to carnivals in the diaspora.
Okay, all right.
So I've
I have
done Toronto. I've done, well, of course, New York, Miami, and yeah, Miami. Next on the list was actually going to be in terms of regional. It was I wanted to go to Hollywood and I wanted to go to Notting Hill.
Okay.
I
Stelina,
have I have to agree with Golia. Juve. Well, okay. So Juve, I'm going to give Juve to Grenada because, like Golia said, it's Grenada has this raw vibe going on. In Grenada, when it comes to job, like we have to respect them. For us back home in
Facts.
Dominican, I feel like in other Caribbean countries too, Juve it got really pretty. For example, like I
Yep.
have a crew, like we set up a crew every year and we order outfits from Fashion Nova or Pretty Little Thing. we dress up, we put on makeup. Like who does that? That's what all Juve is right now. So we have made Juve nice and cute. I mean, we still have fun. We don't mind getting dirty and wet and getting down. But we go there, we cute and it's all prancy prancy. But Grenada, no, they're not playing Juve. I would give Grenada Juve. Fets. Um, I have not. So I have been to one. I have only been to Dominica's Carnival. No, I have been to Anguilla's Carnival. So I've been to
Ooh, what is
and
that like?
yes, it is crazy. I've been to
You really
Anguilla's.
hear about Anguilla, so I'm very curious.
Yes, so their music is pretty much it's very similar to St. Kitts and Nevis. I should say, like with the beats, the tones, the upbeats. They have this band called HD. Like I played Massive HD. We did Juve. It was a really, really, really good carnival, but I cannot compare it to Dominica's carnival. I'm going to say Dominica. We are coming up on our fets. We're almost there. Like we're getting there with our fets. Like we're really exploring and going beyond the horizon with our fets. Our fets are coming up, but I'll still say we have the best. I enjoy our fit. So I'll be biased. I'm not gonna
So
say
you say Dominica for Feds, Dominica for Carnival, and Grenada for Juve.
That's two for you.
parades.
That's
I
two for
might have to
Grenada.
say, are we counting Brazil for
No,
parades?
no,
Like
no. We in the Caribbean. We sticking to the Caribbean. We stick to the
parades, probably Barbados, Crop Over. They have some good parades.
Now, I've been hearing that crop over has been sort of going down in these last few
Barbados
years.
Carnival is like running. I don't know where they're running to go. Like as if they're running for the end to get to the end. Like
Have you been, Jaya?
I
the
think
only
that's why she's saying that.
only carnival I have not been to is Jamaica. I've not been to
Jamaica's
Jamaica.
on the
And
list.
I've never been to
Jamaica's on
Jamaica.
the list.
And
We see you.
I don't know. I lost you guys for a second. For a split second, I
Yeah,
lost.
you were still
We're
there.
here.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So I have not been to Jamaica and I've not been to their carnival. But I think the time I probably will go to Jamaica would be probably for their carnival just to experience it. But I've done a lot of carnivals. Um,
Oh, so tell
um,
us.
Sure, sir.
yeah, like it's kind of crazy because at one point in time that was when I had no kids. I did a lot of I've actually done Miami Carnival since 2006. 2006 steady up until like the only times I did not do Miami Carnival was actually when I was pregnant I was in Miami for Carnival. So I was like,
That
yeah,
is a growing trend right now. You
was
know, I'm
in
seeing a lot of
2017.
masqueraders pregnant, belly out, which I'm
2017
in
was
love
the
with. Love
only
it.
only year 2017 Maria and COVID. That's it. You know, so my family and we have this thing. My cousins, two of my cousins, we do this thing where we do Atlanta, we do Miami. So we've done Atlanta, we've done Miami, we've done New York.
She froze a bit. JL, can you hear us? I think we lost you. All right, you're back.
I don't know what's going. In terms, are you guys hearing me now?
No,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So in terms of my three, I'm going to agree with you guys that Grenada has the best Juve. I'm going to agree, but I'll let you guys know. Mr. Killer was in Dominica this year for Carnival, and he said Dominica has the best Juve.
He had the nerve.
So
He
I'm
had
putting it out there that Mr.
nerve.
Killer said
Wait. Pause for ick. Whoa, Mister.
Mr. Killer was in Dominica for Juve,
He
and
had the nerve.
he said Dominica has the best Juve. So we out here in the streets saying that Grenada have the best Juve, and the king of
The
jam.
king. All hail.
Okay, so that's one.
But you
Okay,
know, yeah,
I
without
see
cheating,
you.
they actually had a job party by garage, for Juve.
Mhm.
Like they
Yeah,
had their own section.
it was crazy. It was
They had
crazy.
their own section.
I was actually trying to get the recording of him saying that because we have it. We have the recording. We have the receipts. Okay, right, of him saying that. Number two, the best fats is Trinidad. I hands down. Trinidad takes it for best fets. Trinidadians know how to plan a fet. They know how to put on a fet. They know how to make you want to come to a fet. They know how to make you get on bad in a fet. They know how to make you dance until you cannot dance no more in a fet.
What a
Yeah.
feat.
What a feat.
Trinidad best fet. I would have thought Trinidad would be best for carnival. I would have thought that, but
Mm,
I've done Trinidad carnival twice, and it was it feels to me like it's a fashion show. A lot of
this is
people,
true.
a lot of people more about checking themselves and taking
This
pictures
is
and
true.
walking around tutuni meaning naked. It's more or half naked. It's more of a fashion show and less of a good time. Dominica takes the cake for me for carnival. Like of all of the carnivals, it's free up. It's you don't feel restrained. The worst thing is going to a carnival and you have a barricade by here and a barricade by there. We don't have that in Dominica. You can party, you can drink rum on the road with your cup. You don't have to worry. Those kinds of it's just free. And then like the vibe, the feeling, the energy. When Triple K hit the road, it's a wrap. Like it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Dominica hands down. For
Do you
me,
guys do you guys have a do you guys cross the stage as well?
we do that on Monday and Carnival Monday, just on
Okay.
Monday. So
Okay.
Okay.
so Monday is usually our traditional mass. So where a lot of the traditional costume bands come out and all of
Yeah.
that. And then Tuesday is more where people well actually Monday day is traditional mass. Monday evening is t-shirt band. So people would wear their t-shirts and stuff, and they now they start doing monokinis and all of these different designs and stuff. So they've really like expanded on the evening, and it's like a big fete in the streets
Okay,
of
I'm
the
gonna
city,
go.
right?
I'm
And
I'm
then
gonna
you
go.
come in next year with us. We're going to excommunicate you from
Just
Trinidad,
listen. Just say the word. Just say the word. I will book my flight.
right? And then on Tuesday it's more the costume band. And costume band, yes, people also trying to look good and look cute and stuff. But by the time it's 5 o'clock, you don't care about lashes, you don't care about nothing. Every your shoe, if you had high shoot in your hand, if you had I remember one year I had wings, it was in the drain. I was like, I'm
That's
done.
my. I love that. I love that. See,
Right?
I enjoy Pretty Mass, yes, but I to me Carnival is as you already says about that free up in this and the other, and just like that euphoria when you hear that music. Just I don't know. It's so hard to describe, and the challenge with Trinidad, I'll admit, I will still, of course, I'm biased with Trinidad, but at the end of the day, there's certain bands that have a bit of like an elitist feeling and vibe.
Mhm.
However, there is a bit of an expansion. More bands are coming on stream where you can actually get away from that, and it really is all about, yes, looking pretty, looking great, looking amazing, but just that release, on the road and listening to the music and all of that. So I will I will agree with you to that extent, in terms of, there tends to be, it's more focused like on the fashion and doing things for the gram, but it's not all bands.
Well, that was
That
my
aside,
experience
let
the
me
two
know
times. That was
when the
my
organizers
experience
are
the two
talking.
times I went and I could have easily gone once and not gone again.
Mm.
But when you have friends and they hyping you up and they're like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah,
we
yeah.
need to go," and whatever, and you're like, "Okay, okay, I'll go." And then the year after that, I was like, you know what I would do? Like, I would totally, if when my kids are old enough, where my partner and I can just do our thing. We've always said we're going to Trinidad for the week before Carnival. We're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because he's done all the fets like Marshall Monday, and he gets like diamond tickets like right in the front, right? And because he used to work in Trinidad, so he has all the links and stuff. So we're doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Trinidad. Thursday, Trinidad, Friday morning, our ass back in Dominica because, because we not
Because
we don't have
because
to
we're
meet
coming
anyway.
up. We're up next.
We up next, right?
We're up
Because we
next.
all have hands down.
Ah, we lost her again. Come
Mhm.
back, JL.
Today. My internet is tripping. Are you guys hearing me? I'm
It
hearing
is.
myself, but it just keeps tripping.
It's fine.
Carnival. I want to
There
switch it up a
you go.
little bit. Speaking of carnival, and we've seen like our outfits. have changed in carnival, and now we're seeing like everybody wearing quote unquote carnival attire outside. Everybody wearing what they want to wear everywhere. And as a matter of fact, Kiki Palmer was just on made headlines, you know, with
What's with the face, Selena?
she just made, I mean, I love Kiki Palmer, yeah. So
I
I
love
love
her.
her.
I
I
love
love her
her.
vibe. I love her spirit. I love her
Kiki is
energy.
great.
Love
I love how she breaks things down, how she can like I love how she's done what she's done with her
She's
career.
so unapologetic. That's my
Period.
favorite thing about her. Yeah.
So I might be a bit biased, but at the same time, I've seen her journey. Like I've seen when she was a skinny and she's very, very skinny and she wanted a little meat on her body. I've seen her talk about her struggles with acne. And like I've seen all of that. And then she has a baby and now she have a little booty and her skin's cleared up and she feeling herself and she feeling so good about
and I
herself.
love that for
Which is
Kiki. Leave
fine.
it
I
Nothing.
alone. I love it
and
for her.
and the video I saw with Shane Usher, I didn't see nothing disrespectful
Me
about
neither.
her. I didn't see nothing. So first thing I did, right? Because I wanted to make sure that I was not being biased. So I called up my boyfriend. I was like, so if I wear what Kiki was wearing, what would you say he's like nothing? I was like, okay, so if and let me tell you, if it's unacceptable, Joven will say that is Coach Honey. He will tell you plain straight, period. Like
Take it off. That's not making no
he'll
sense.
tell you it's not gonna
Remove
work,
it.
right?
Right.
He will tell you straight that it's not gonna work, right? So when I saw her in her outfit and whatever, I was just like, it looked good. Like I just wanted to make sure, and there was nothing disrespectful. I mean, Usher was like, "Girl, look at you!" Like she was feeling herself, and this dude go and make a comment and talking about morals, and I was like,
Did you
"Bruh,
see the story, Koya? Did you see the
I
story?
saw headlines. Guys, forgive me. It's been a blur of a week. I did see headlines. I didn't go in depth, but from my general understanding, apparently, Baby Daddy had some ridiculous comments
He,
about her
I
attire.
feel like he overreacted. To be honest, I mean, it's all
Was it
well
for
and good.
performance or for a
It's,
show?
it was she was just having fun with Usher. Usher was singing to her. She was on the stage. She was, dressed. Her nothing was wrong with what she was wearing. To me,
Hmm.
I don't think she was skimpy or anything. She had like this mesh dress. It was see through. It was
what was
nice,
it, like a monokini on,
and then a mesh
like a
something.
black monokini?"
I know that's it.
and
Hmm.
and but it was one that passed like right in the butt,
Hmm.
like, and then she had like a sheer
A sheer.
That
thing
sounds
dressed
sexy.
over it,
Where
right?
did you get it? I want it.
I, I know it was so cute. It was cute. I
It
was
was really cute. Like
like,
her man, he did the most. He did. This man
So
went
he's being insecure. He
right onto Twitter
let's
talking
Mister
about
just checking. Look at how
moral.
much I almost take my woman in my hand.
Thank you, thank you,
And
thank
I
you.
think
Usher fine. My auntie's like, you want? Let's go to Vegas next week. I was like, yes. I was like, let's tickets
my
to
thing
Vegas.
is, so even if you are feeling yourself and your insecurity, must you take it to social media for the rest of us?
Especially since she's always maintained that she would not disclose things about her relationship on social
We
media.
just found out that this man existed, much less that he's a baby daddy, and
Thank
now
you. And not here on
we're all
social.
involved in drama.
Why
Are you
don't
serious?
you
I
wait?
understand why she
Let
kept
Kiki
her
get
personal
home.
life personal.
Let Kiki reach home. When Kiki gets home, if you need to put Kiki to sit down and be like, "Hey, babe, you know what? I just feel like this was inappropriate." Go ahead and do that. We don't need to know
Fine.
that.
Why do we need to be invited into all of
We
this?
did not need to know that. Like,
I
first of all,
think Mister didn't realize, Kiki, Kiki, you could have easily been a sperm donor, my brother. Kiki don't need you. Like
right?
I
Kiki
feel
don't
like
need you.
I mean, I can't speak for her, of course, but I feel like in the back of her mind, when all of this happened, oh my gosh, my light just died. Guys, what is happening tonight?
We can speak perfectly though.
I see
But
you.
I feel like in the back of her mind, like when this happened, she's probably like, this is exactly why I didn't tell anyone about you. You understand? No, 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 look it. Like
Yeah,
that
he no,
buyer's remorse, that regret.
sir. This
So I
no.
have a question for those for those on the live. Like, how much weight does your man have when it comes to like what you wear to go out? Like how much weight? Like, and I'm going to put 0 or 100.
Let me
Like
fix
we're
my
not even
face.
like there's no middle. There's no
Between
middle.
0 or
Zero.
100.
100. Or
Well, it
let's say
can.
0, 50, and 100. 0,
Yeah,
50, and 100.
you can't
Right?
say 0 100. What happened now?
Define weight. Define weight first.
Define weight.
Yes.
Weight is, for example, 0 is he can't tell me what to wear. I wear
Right.
what I want to wear, what I feel like wearing.
Mm-hmm.
50
Right.
is if he come and he say, babe, I don't like all that fitting on you. No, that looking a little skimpy. Or babe, you don't think you gain a little weight? No, that's looking like too tight for you. You know? That's 50. 100 is like, babe, how I looking? You find that looking good? And if he say no, you go take it out. Like he has 100% say, like when all you going out, you're like, babe, like my how my booty looking in that, and he say, your bottom showing too much. I don't want no man watching my woman bottom, and he tell you back, and you don't necessarily have to send you back because there are situations or relationships where people would do like you don't have to tell the person go and change. She'll just not naturally say, you know what, it happens vice versa when the roles are shifted, where the man can be the one asking, babe, that you find that looking good, and she say, nah, babe, that not looking good, and it's I changing that, and he goes and he changes. How much power does your man have over your woman? Those of you, the men on the live, how much does she have when it comes to what you wear when you're going out? 0, 50, 100. Drop it, let us know.
There a number that's less than zero? I'm dead ass serious.
This is us. Let's take this show very seriously, please.
I'm being honest. And the reason why, like, maybe being a bit harsh with it,
Oh
but
God.
I it's very hard for me to accept another, as an adult, another person having that kind of input. You could have input, as in you may not like what I'm wearing, or you may not like the fit or whatever, have thoughts on it, and that's fine. But I'm still gonna wear what I want to wear, especially when it comes to things that you may perceive to be skimpy or whatever the case may be. No, you
And
have
the
no
chat,
say.
the chat is hilarious. Like the chat,
What are they saying?
For
0%,
me,
0 pounds.
it's 50 for me, to be honest. It's 50 for me. Like, I don't have a problem with, especially if two of us are going out and to you feel like, oh, babe, that is kind of, you showing up a little there. You know what? I don't have a problem with that. I mean, that's my man. And vice versa, he should not have a problem in if I tell him, like, hey, I don't think you should wear that. Like, that, not going with that. Or button your shirt up, your chest. No, 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 button
But I
up.
feel like
Yeah,
style,
but
like,
even when you
style is
say that,
different from like things that may be considered inappropriate. So if, let's say, you wearing something that may, like, something is clashing, like colors are clashing, I don't think that's a problem. Versus, well, I feel you're revealing too much.
well,
Like,
I'll tell you.
I'll say 50. I can do 50. I
So
can do
50
50.
in the sense, if he tells you it's not looking good and you feel like it looking good, you're gonna leave the house like that.
But define not looking good. That's what I'm saying. Not
So
looking good.
for example, you're wearing a dress and it's not flattering on your body, right?
And
It's not,
That's different.
and he says to you, babe, that's not looking good. And to you, do you say, you know what? I spent $150 on this freaking fashion over dress. I'm gonna wear that shit. And you leave and you go out and you wear it. That's 50.
Okay, fine. That then 50 then. I'll give that,
I'm
because
compromising.
there's a
I don't
difference
know. I'm a
between,
simp.
between someone saying, all right, well, because you might think a particular thing may look good on you, as in, and you may not see like the back or whatever the case may be. And if, let's say, it's not accentuating you in the right way, I could understand if it's a situation where it's like, all right, well, I don't think this is looking too good in the way you wanted to, you may imagine it, versus him saying, well, you're showing too much cleavage, you're showing too much ass, you're showing too much skin, whatever the case may be. That's like your personal, like, you don't want me to be showing off skin too much. And it makes it worse if you met me like this, because my style would, depending on the event and all of that, if my style, let's say for fat, and I want to show skin, and you met me like that, now you want me to sort of get a bit more conservative in my style. So
Um,
to me, it's two lanes.
let me say something too. I'm
Mm,
50, but there's a way you can talk to me for it to be 50.
yes.
Because
It
I am
comes with parameters.
I am
It no,
50.
it does.
I am full 50, but there's a way that 50 will come because guess what? If we live in the house or we stepping out, you see me leave the bedroom or whatever, we getting ready to leave, and you watch me and you're like, where you going if that granted out on you? My brother, I'll be out the door before you.
There we go.
I passing
On
you and
point.
I'm out the door like there, no, there's
Oh,
levels to it.
I'm gonna shock y'all, eh? I am 100%.
You are, that's so
And
good,
I'm
girl.
100%. And I'll tell you why I'm 100%. Most people are gonna be very shocked that I'm 100%. I'm
Let's do it.
100% because the kind of person Jovian is, I trust him totally, right? And I know he knows my when I'm feeling insecure about my body. He knows that even before I have to say it, right?
Right.
He knows when I'm feeling hot up. And when I'm telling you, when I feeling hot up,
You are top.
I hot up. Like I will wear whatever, when I feeling hot, and he knows that. And I remember there was a time once he said to me once, and I was early on in our relationship, he said to me, I don't like how this is thing. And he went and he took a picture. And I was so upset. I was like, why? He took a picture and he said, do you like to see this? Right. And an outfit I was wearing, and it had nothing to do with my body. It was just how it fit. Right.
right.
And he was like, and he was like, do you like how to see this? And I felt so stank. And I was like, are you trying to like make me like body shame me and all of that? Like I went in on him at the time. Body shaming wasn't a thing, but I was very upset about it. And then I look back at it and I'm like, if I'd gone out like that, but I would have felt so much like a zozo. I listened to him and actually went and I was pissed off, the whole time. Though I didn't talk to him the whole night. But at the same time, I was more comfortable in what I was wearing because I changed, right? Now, because I'm very much in the limelight, especially in Dominica, when we go out, I take his feedback very, very strongly. So if he says to me, nah, and let me tell you, he will not stop me from wearing something scandalous. He will not tell me. So it's not a situation where he will say that's scandalous, do wear that, or when you think you're going to that, or for man to be watching my boom boom. Like it's never like that. It's more along the lines of how secure I'm going to feel. Like you've seen me even at Curl Festival. Sometimes I wear some little short. Like I've worn a shirt on stage and people didn't even know it was a shirt, but I was feeling myself, right? I was feeling
As
myself.
you
And
are
I
supposed
was
to.
I had lost weight and I was feeling all sexy and thing and thing. And there are times when I wear bigger stuff. And again, he gauges my temperature or how things are, how I'm feeling. And I take his sometimes I don't want to take his advice, but his
Mhm.
advice is always valid. So I say
Yeah.
100%.
I think at the end of the day too, it's not what you're saying, but how you say it. Ultimately, So
Right.
that's why I keep coming back to the point of it's one thing if, like, let's say in your case, if let's say a particular outfit is not looking flattering on you, so
Mhm.
instead of just saying, well, you that looking like real shit, but you're not looking good. You could say, hey, I don't think this is flattering, you in the way that, you may think, and this and the other, versus what I said just now. Also, I do have a bit of a problem with guys who, especially if they were first attracted to the woman and they were dressed in a particular way before they got together, that is what attracted them to their partner in the first place. And then after the fact, when they're together now, they want to sort of police what they wear. So that's why I said zero at first, because you cannot police what I wear, because all of a sudden you want me to be more conservative because you're afraid guys are going to want to try to grab. You understand?
Yeah, with Jovian though, he doesn't have plenty words. So it'll be just like
Mm-mm.
and could mean it not looking good on you, it not fitting you well, it too tight, it too like it could mean it dirty, it
Hmm.
could mean so many different things,
Exactly.
right? And because I don't take it personally anymore, because I know he honestly has my best
Best
interest
interests.
when
There it
going
is.
out, and he's not trying to make me feel like less than or where you think you're going like that and whatever. It's not a controlling thing where he's like, I don't want nobody watching you like that. Like we went to Kofi, and I was wearing a little actually I wear shirt jack, one of those denim sleeveless thing, and I had nothing on that.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
And he was all fine with that. He's like, when I come out to him, he's like, "Where you going looking sexy?" So so it's not a thing where he says it for to make me feel some type of way. And I think you are right. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And you should also allow your partner to know you well enough, and you know your partner well enough to know what you can say, because
Exactly.
I am the type of chick I will cuss you out. Starting up probably you too. Like, don't come and try and make me feel
No.
untidy or no kind of a way.
I
But
tell you, I live in the door before you, or we're not going. I ordered the door before you, or we're not going nowhere.
exactly. But
We
he
just not
doesn't he
going.
doesn't do it in that way.
Yeah, but you see, with your, you think that I think what needs to be highlighted is that the reason why you guys have that dynamic and why that's working is because he's secure in his relationship with you,
Mhm.
right? I think like that is like the underlying thing. So like with, with my partner, for example, if he's wearing something that's looking damn good, and it's like he has my eye, I'm not thinking like, oh my god, well, that means that other women are going to be trying to track and try and push up on him and this and the other. I'm like, that's mine, and after this done, well, I could jump in on that after,
Right.
and that's what I'm saying. It comes with security in the
Mhm.
relationship, and if you're already feeling insecure with the relationship, you probably shouldn't be in the relationship.
And the roles are the same reverse.
Yeah.
So when he liked to dress up,
I
he
think it's sexy. To me, that's sexy. If a man can look at you and tell you, like, hey, babe, you know something about that? You sure you're okay? To
Mhm.
me, that is sexy as hell. Baby, tell me, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to change it? Like, what? What? Yeah.
I want to go to the chat. People are screaming in the chat. They're having their own
What are
conversation.
they saying? I want to know. What are they saying?
People are
Oh my
screaming
God.
in the chat. Kim is saying 100% JL. He does it with respect, which is important. I agree with you, JL. That's J Joseph is saying that. I would say for me too, if I'm comfortable and also if it looks good. Some of those men does act like he's your at your uncles on the risk. They want those women too, right? Um, people are like having conversations. Curvell is saying the man that made me dress conservative was in the 1990s, in the 1900s. The man to do it now will come in the 3000s, Papa. um Carrie sent recall about wait, why you wanna be with a bulina Stoops? I don't know what
Me,
I don't know what you
bully?
said. Want to be
Why
with
would
a
I want
bully?
to do bully? When did I say that?
So folks, I mean, people are really it's an interesting conversation, because most people would be shocked that I would have said 100%, you know
I
um
am.
and that's because of the type of person I am. Most people would think that I nobody can tell me what to wear, and I don't look at it as him telling me what to wear, because I still have full autonomy over what I buy. So he
Facts.
doesn't come and say, I don't like that. I don't like, it's not like that, right? And guess what? There's some things I buy and it looks like shite when I put it on today. And like 3 months down the road, I put it on again and it looks, I'm like, damn,
Totally
like,
accurate.
because my weight fluctuates, right? So at some point it might fit right, it might make the tatas look a certain way, like everything has to come together. And I trust 100%
I think she dipped again.
Same. I'm, I'm with you, JL.
I'm with 100% as well. I also think it should go both ways. So if it is you want to tell me how to wear certain things, which you're already
We
not,
should
but
be
if
able
you have
to,
input in what I'm saying, then
so
you
should
should
you.
expect input as well.
Of course, that is where 50-50 comes in. That's the only place 50-50 comes in, actually.
speaking of 50-50, we're gonna move on. We're moving on because we have lots of hot topics to talk on. Um, I don't know if you guys been following the news. I actually met them back in 2015, but the former New York City Mayor Bill de
De
Blasio,
Blasio.
they announced that they were separating after 30 years, and they were going to but they're not getting a divorce. So they announced that they're separating, but they're not getting a divorce.
They're gonna
They
see other
they
people, but
actually
they're
said
not gonna.
they're gonna see other people, but stay in the same house. So they're not gonna move out. None of that is going to happen. Our question is, would you share your home with your spouse after separating and decide to date other people?
My
Would you?
spouse head bong
I don't
somewhere.
understand
Where is
that.
head bong? Where my spouse head bong for you to tell me? First of all, on what grounds? Like what we separating? I need to understand. What do you mean we're separating, but we seeing other people,
But
but
you
we
don't want to
share
get a
the
divorce.
house? What's really going on? Now, if you out, you out. If we are separating, let's be separated. No, we're not separating, but we see now people we in the same house. What kind of
I'm
no?
very confused.
Mm-mm.
Because okay, if it was a situation where they decided to, open their marriage, maybe they're like, you know what, this monogamous thing is not working for us anymore. You know, let's have an open relationship. I would understand. Not, not my thing, but I would understand. And it would explain as well why they want to stay in the same house while also
Open
seeing
your
other
marriage
people.
at another address. Change your address. Open your marriage there.
But I don't understand. You're separated, you're seeing other people, but you're still living together.
It
The
makes
math
no
not mathing.
the math is not
something,
mathing.
something is off.
No.
I think
No,
I'm missing something.
no,
Are you missing,
Bill.
are you missing a big picture in all of this?
Well, let's go again. What is it? Let me hear because just so you have to repeat it here because we're not hearing you.
You
Yeah.
hear me now? You hear me now?
Hearing you now.
So I'm somebody, I'm very observant. First of all, I met them a few years ago, 2015, um, in New York for Labor Day. The wife, she's black, she's Bajan actually, and he's a white man.
Uh-huh.
No, no. First of all, I know he can't get his hands off the liquor. The island. Once you go black, you can't go back. Right? That's the first thing.
He's in New York. I expect nothing less.
secondly, secondly, I think after so many years of being with in a relationship with somebody and you raise kids, and especially if it's an amicable divorce where you or
The
separation,
separation.
where you really not in love with the person anymore, but you guys have grown to be very good friends, best friends to that point. You have kids together, you have and I suspect the house is super huge. I don't see the problem.
It
I
will
honestly.
never, it's not happening. No,
So
no,
then
no.
what is the difference then between a separation and a divorce? Because I'm
Well,
trying to figure
well,
that
I'll
out.
tell you what it is now. When you get divorced, the government gets even more in your
Gets
business.
involved, right? The government is involved in divorce, separation,
Why would
and they
you?
just decide to separate.
You
I
just
guess
decide.
especially as the mayor, so even
So
more
how
so.
so now my question is how do the other partners that they agree that they can see other people, like how do these people feel about that? Like
Well, they would have to understand again the details of a. It's like you having a best friend. If you have a best friend, if that person's your best friend, right?
hell
And
no, that's a relationship that was already romantic and it's already an intimate romantic relationship.
so
We're
you
not talking
so
about
you've never been in a situation where you have well, you probably never, but you have a male best friend and
of
you probably
course.
end up being in a romantic having a little particular something and then you realize we better off as friends.
No.
You kibosh the relationship. No.
Mm-mm. But I
But
don't see a husband and wife separating, and then it's okay with the other partners for them to have still have access to the home and everything that they shared. It's giving.
even if it's for like economic reasons, because I understand what you're saying in terms of, it means the government will get more involved, especially considering that he is a very high profile mayor. He's not just a mayor, he's a very high profile mayor of New York, then why even bother to announce a separation?
Thank you
Because
very
because,
much.
because even if, let's say, you guys have realized that we love each other as friends, no longer in a romantic sense anymore. We love each other as, best friends or whatever. We don't want to move out, we can get along, we can co-parent, whatever the case may be. Then why even bother to announce a separation or even bother to separate? Because
So you mean
there are a lot of people who lead or have open marriages, and they can still enjoy the benefits of having their partner as their friend, even if they are, whether they're still in love with them romantically, but they're, I guess, more polyamorous, or they have come to a different plane of their relationship and they prefer to be friends over, having that romantic side, and they still get to maintain the benefits of being married. So I
so
think
you
in all
mean
of this is the separation that's confusing me.
so you mean to
Because I
tell
can
me
understand.
I am now dating Mayor de Blasio. We're now dating, and after a very fun and exciting night in Manhattan, my boo is saying that he's going home. Like he's going.
Or you can go home with him. If the house big and they left wing, right wing, they could. I mean, you don't know. You don't know how big these people's home is.
Okay.
It's the separation.
Oh,
That's
so I can
something
go
that
home with
makes
him?
sense.
But why not? I don't see why not.
Oh, okay.
They've said that they agree to see each other, and they've made it clear that the separation might never lead to divorce. They've made it very clear
Why
that
But
they.
why
should
bother? That's
we
the thing.
just
Why bother to separate?
But if you no longer want to stay married because you now want to see other people and it's a loveless relationship,
But they're saying that they're not going to get a divorce.
and that's why I never getting married. Let's stick to the let's go to let's
Separation. This is
LOL?
confusing me because
too
there's
much
nothing wrong with an open relationship. Like I said, there's
too much
nothing
drama.
wrong if you decide to, like, you know what? Let's just keep open up to some other people. Why bother to separate?
Let's go to the comments. Nadisha is saying for
Hi,
tax
Papa
benefit.
Pochi.
Kim is saying might be an economic thing. Covell says Mr. Maybe is cheap. Somebody say tax evasion. Jail, just let me tell you, some jealousy must pop up there. When the man see another man squeezing his ass, he must get jealous. These people just caught up into this circus world. Shaking my head. That's Carrie. Melissa is saying she was a lesbian before she met her husband. So
Yeah, but there are so many marriages like that don't follow the traditional norm of being monogamous and I am, staying with this one woman or this one man. Like there are a lot of marriages that are open.
True.
That is not, uncommon. There are a lot of polyamorous marriages as well. So that part isn't what is odd. My thing is if they decided that they no longer want to be together romantically, they could just, I don't know, just like
This is contradicting to me.
it's very contradictory. Yeah,
It's a very, very that is too much
it's odd.
contradiction for my brain. And boss, if we separating my brother, I can tell you straight, go, don't come back. Like
And
it.
separation usually is the first step towards a divorce. So my thing is,
Yeah,
again, if
I'm
you,
not going to rob you of the opportunity to see your kids or take care of things that you can still do that,
yeah,
but we don't need no. It doesn't need to. Mm-mm.
especially considering that they're very high profile and there are a lot of, the thing is, people feel as if when they see certain like celebrities and all of that in public that they're monogamous, like they are also in a very great position given their status to keep things very hush hush. So again, like even if he's the mayor of New York and all of that, who's to say that they haven't been doing their thing for years?
Nope. NOPE. Nope and nope.
so
Nope.
so if the mayor come and approach you now, stells, and the
No.
mayor says telling her
Blasio, we have to get our condo somewhere. We're not going back in this little.
you could be a camped woman where he put you in a thing, and he still goes back to the house because that's the family home.
That is madness. No, no, no. This is madness.
What?
Mm-mm. No, it's not happening. I'm very sorry.
It's not. It's definitely not happening for
What
Stellina.
happened? No. Big family? No. Mm-mm.
It's a blended family.
No. We're not blending.
All
We're not
right,
blending.
our final hot topic for the night. That's our final already. I'm
No.
going by
Are
going
you
by
sure?
real fast.
You lie.
Yes. This one is going to probably have a lot of people screaming and uncertain and whatever, or it may not. It may not have the reaction. Actually, we have two more topics.
Mm-hmm.
We can take two more, right? We have two more, but we'll go to this one right now. Is it bragging or narcissist to post or share your achievements slash wins on social media? And I think it's a great topic,
True.
because I mean, one, it's like we're in the season, graduation season, where everybody's posting their kids and they posting themselves and they posting and they posting and they posting. I am someone, I post a lot about my achievements. Like and I don't give a shit. I'm not I'm unapologetic about it, and I will give my 2 cents in a little bit. But tell us what you think. Is are you bragging or are you narcissist when
It,
you
it depends on how you do it. Like if you
Context.
come on social media with a tone like, yeah, it's me again, or I do it already, nobody can top me, and you're like, no, we're not interested in all that. Show us what you got. Let us be inspired by your achievements. There's no issues with that. Like,
Hmm.
I see Jael graduates again, Lord Jesus. Yes, what we have to do, let's go, Jael. Black girl magic. That is inspiration. We can be inspired, but if you come with a tone like as you want to demand and command like
40.
all the attention, no, there's a lot of ways we can do this, and we're not gonna do it in a bragging way. You're gonna come on here, you're
I
gonna
agree.
inspire us. Let us be inspired, not scared and like what you like. You're crazy. Mm-mm.
how about you,
I
Recolia?
agree. No, I agree 1000% because I've seen both sides of it. You could see definitively people who are inspiring, as Delina said, especially depending on their story and it really is just one, you're just really genuinely happy for the person for accomplishing what they've accomplished, and also depending on what how they got to where they are. You're like, wow, this is a very inspiring background and story, and like I'm glad they accomplished what they did. And then you have the narcissist who
Yeah,
it's about them.
like go sit down,
It's essentially like they're doing it for the gram,
go sit down.
and it's not necessarily a matter of you know it's less about us in terms of, well, hey guys, I want to share something with you, and more about um as Celia said, like I am better than you, and no one is best, no one can top me, and this. I'm less inclined to be supportive of people like that. But I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing
No,
good
no,
news. Good news is good news. In the same way, how if let's say one of you said, "Hey, I just got my PhD," just drop it in the group chat. Happy for you. Versus, I just got my PhD, and yeah, I don't think you guys can get your PhD either because you guys are not as
not
smart, or you
even
guys didn't
that.
go
No,
to
but
this
somebody might
school.
come. Like that road is not an easy road. That's not
Yeah,
it's not
yeah,
easy to
yeah,
do. Boy, that's a lot of work and a lot of shit. Boy, that is so much. That like don't tell us that.
yeah. It
You
comes
get
back
to
to
and it's
that
funny.
old thing about
Funny.
how you don't need to step on someone's, was it shoulders, head? There's a
Toe?
particular phrase. Sorry.
Toe? I think it's toe. You don't have to step on
Yeah, I
someone's
think
toe.
something along those lines. We don't need to step on someone's toes to get where you need to get to, you
Mhm.
know? So when you come with that kind of mindset, then narcissist.
No, we're not
It's
hearing it.
funny though. When I saw this, I had to think think back because I'm always posting and I'm like, do I am I braggy? Am I narcissist? Like I was actually like trying to check myself to make sure
Yeah.
because that is not the intent in any way, shape, or form. I consider a lot of people on social media very much an extension of my family because they've seen my growth, they've been there, and I feel like if you've stuck around since God knows when, high 5 days when we integrated into, then it means that you have a genuine interest in me. And a lot
Hmm.
of times I share my achievements for my friends and family who probably could not be there or they didn't know or the worst thing is when I do something and I don't tell somebody and my family are like, how come you didn't tell me? Like you, so I was like, you know what, if I do a post everybody can just keep track of my life on what's going on with it. And it's not even a matter of, I never looked at it as bragging or
It's
even
not.
and or even because I feel like I work extremely hard to achieve every single thing that I have. And a huge part of it, I also had serious case of like I used to have serious imposter syndrome where I didn't think I was good enough for a lot of things. And even like of late, I have mentors in my life who say to me, like, you belong here. Like, don't let nobody make you feel like you don't belong, like you belong, like you've done the work. Like, stop making yourself feel like you're not good enough. And even after putting out the post, you sometimes feel like, like I might not belong, and stuff. So a lot of it, I never look at it as that. But I know people out there probably saying, a jail again, like posting, and even sometimes like sometimes I feel like
I think she paused again. I was just gonna come in and say that the difference with JL though is that she has community. She has built community, so it's normal that she share these kind of things with her community.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes people are looking forward to, like the people you've
exactly,
already built that community, and your followers are actually looking up to you. So that's fine. But
yeah.
people who come
by the way,
on,
guys,
JL, you may have to repeat yourself. Your audio's out.
we've been getting stars tonight.
oh, thank you, thank you, thank
So thank you guys
you,
for sending the stars.
thank
I
you
we
for the
really appreciate
stars.
it. Thank you, all of you who've been sending the
Al
stars.
Charles, Kellyanne, Diamond.
Yeah, folks been sending stars,
Thank you
so we
guys
really
so
appreciate.
much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, but I've always been, like I never looked at it that way until I saw this post, and I think I'm stuck again. I think I'm stuck again.
No, you're here.
We hearing you now. We hearing
Until
you.
I saw this post, I was just kind of like, it kind of took me back a little bit, and I want to kind of see what the folks are saying. Do you think that it's bragging, or it's so everyone has their own achievements and their own strengths? That's what one person is saying. It's okay to post your achievement, but achievements, so Karen is saying it's okay to post your achievements, but do it in a way to inspire others, not to be boastful and tearing others down from the institute of your achievements. And that's true.
Exactly.
Give thanks, but they come talking about people wish you was them. No, honey, today is yours, tomorrow is another.
Exactly.
And Kim is saying I've always been reserved. I've always been reserved about posting my achievements. And again, a lot of people are reserved. I did this course. It's aesthetics in media, right? Was the name of the course. And I think I'm stuck again.
No,
Am I
you're
No, we
not.
stuck?
got you. We
No.
hearing you.
Okay. And the instructor, the professor, one of the things that he says is that you have to talk about what you're doing, because if you don't talk about what you're doing,
Oh,
No,
we
you're
lost
stuck.
you.
they're gonna know, but you have to talk about what you're doing, right? Self promotion, right?
True.
Where you promote what you're doing, and for many reasons. It could be for jobs. It could be for it helps build experience in terms of how people see you. So much things can happen. You can get so much out of it. You cannot rely on other people promoting you. You
Facts.
cannot.
Facts.
You really cannot, right? Like if I never said I have a master's in media production, probably nobody would know. And probably nobody would care. And they'd probably just say the girl on social media that runs her mouth. But I have a master's in running my mouth.
Lol, exactly.
so so yeah, so don't be afraid. Moral of the story, don't be afraid to talk about your achievements, but do it in a way that it's tasteful, like Karen said, like what Stelina Blue said. Do it like for inspiration. Let it inspire others. And when you talk about the achievement, don't stay away from the struggles too, because we want to know the struggles, because we need to understand where your win is rooted. Like your win is rooted in the fact, we need to understand that your win was rooted in the fact that you were going through it, and this is you winning. Like it's okay. And some people are always scared to show, the harsh
Failure.
reality
Hardship.
fails, or even cry. I've cried on social media before. I've gotten angry. I've shared all of these emotions and stuff because I feel like I'm myself and I'm real. And people will know when you're fake. And they'll know when you're not, when you're just trying to do things for yourself. Right. So just be real with it, inspire others, and that's the moral of the story. All right.
Yep.
Hundred
That's
percent.
it, guys.
Right, right. Okay, our final topic. We have one more room for one more.
Yeah.
Mama. Oh, we lost you again. JL.
I'm there. You still hear me? You hear me?
Got you. We got you.
Rumble it off and I let the ladies take over. Do you know your love language? And what
Oh,
are they and why?
okay.
Do you know
Do
your
we know
love?
our love language and
Is that it?
What are they and why? Why you have like why is that your love language? Selena, what's your love language?
I have one, two. There's five.
There's five.
There's
There's five.
right.
five?
So there's physical touch. There's acts of
Mm-hmm.
service. There's quality
Some
time.
people might not know, so
You
let's
should call them out.
call them out so people will know.
So there's five: quality time, acts of service,
Physical
receiving
touch.
gifts,
Giving
words of
gifts,
words
receiving
of,
gifts and affirmation.
words of affirmation, and there's physical touch. That's five. I
Mhm.
think mine top acts of service. I want to say that probably started from my home, like back home, because of the kind of home that we grew up in. Like we're always taught to be there for each other, like our siblings. Like help your siblings. Do like it's fine to be helpful to your siblings. So acts of service to me is a big thing. Like I need to know that you are paying attention and you can actually, put your best foot forward and show me. Like let me see acts of service. Quality time, I'm not that big on. Words of affirmation, I can get that anywhere. That I don't have to get it from a romantic relationship. Is words of affirmation. I can do that for myself too. So to me, it's not big in a romantic relationship. What else we have?
Love, words of affirmation, receiving gifts.
Physical, physical touch. Ooh, touch me.
Touch.
And Jael, it comes back to I don't know if you remember one of our episodes from like 2 weeks ago where we were talking about like sleeping in separate rooms from your partner. It comes back to that because baby, no, I need to be touched. Like you need to touch me. Physical touch is big for me. Physical touch, acts of service, receiving gifts, not necessary, but every girl, likes to feel like, oh, hey, this is for me, but it's not, I'm not big on that. But if it comes, I welcome it with open arms. Yeah, but touch me,
Wow.
love. Touch
Touch me.
me.
We
Me.
should probably have that as the season two theme song.
Touch me.
You know the song touch. You know the song touch me. You know the one that's
No, I'm talking
Mel
about
C.
specifically
that's Mel
Selena.
Davy or
Mel
Mel
C, yeah.
Davy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really nice song. It's a
It
really
is.
nice song.
But touch me. Just touch me. That's it.
How about you? How about you, Ricolia? What's your love language? Do you
Um, I actually did this a couple weeks ago with my partner, so this is quite interesting. In I can't say in order. Yeah, in order.
We don't want it in order now. We want it just so you gave it to your partner a couple weeks ago.
I don't really exact order from a couple weeks ago.
You see how you give it to him a couple weeks ago?
Quality
Just so
time.
you give it
Quality
So we
time.
want it. We want it raw.
to us. Right.
Quality time.
Okay.
To me, time, with your partner, and it's more than just going to the movies and going to, going out for dinner and this and the other, but, having like those intimate experiences as well, where you guys can, create memories and, build together, like those, even like in the what may seem to be less boring moments. To me, I just like, those moments as well with that person. So, quality time is important for me. um, Words of affirmation are important to me as well, and it's kind of like the opposite. It's similar to what Stelina said in terms of you can get gifts and anywhere, anyone, and gifts are nice, but mm, words of affirmation is it's more than just like saying, well, I love you. Saying things like, I appreciate you, I value you, this thing that you did for me, the other day. To me, all those things are important as well. It also sort of kind of like bolsters that level of love, in my opinion. um yeah, same things like I value you, important to me. um what is the other one?
time you said
Physical touch.
that.
Physical touch is important. Yes, in the way that Selena described it, that is important, but also it's something that you can get anywhere from anyone. So physical touch is that is critical in terms of having that physical connection with the person that you love, but it's also the small things as well, like just grabbing my hand, holding my hand, if I'm nearby and like I'm doing the dishes and you just grab my shoulder. What is happening, Selena?
Are
Are
you
you
getting
okay?
emotional?
Are you getting emotional?
No, guys, please move, please carry on.
Those small intimate touches, like just touching the back of my neck or touching like my waist as you pass by, even if you in between like a little slap on the ass. I like all of that, but like those intimate things that just shows like I like you being close to me. I like that as well. um and yeah, I think I said
You like everything?
acts of service is
So
also
yours is
important.
everything, but
Acts of service and then gifts is last for me.
access service and then gifts.
Yeah.
Me, I think I'm all. I think I'm all at any
Are
different
you
time.
a polyglot in the love languages?
I am. I think I am. I think it depends on where I'm at in life. Like being with the same person, for like the last 12, 13 years, you feel sometimes like at any given time it needs to switch up. So sometimes I don't want to be touched, but sometimes I do. And sometimes I know it. Sometimes he said, like, you don't know what you want, and I'm like, I don't know what I want. It's just that depends on where the moon is. It depends on where my the planets align for me. I might be feeling some type of way, and I might need a gift, and that might that might take me where it needs to go, right? There are times when he's bought me stuff, and I was like, "Thank you," and I'm moving along. But there are sometimes I get gifts, and I'm like, "Oh, thank you," because it's like, you feel that much appreciated in that moment because of whatever's going on in your life in that moment, right?
True.
The words of affirmation. I don't thrive on people giving me compliments, so I'm not one that thrives on that. I think I thrive more when people are negative towards me in the sense of I'm kind of like, oh, I'm gonna prove you wrong, kind of a thing. So it's not something that I rely on. Like words is not something that I rely on. But at certain times in my life, when I'm going through certain things, like when I felt like giving up during my masters, and he's like, "What you talking about? Like you did this," and he started like counting for me like the amount of things that I was able to accomplish, and I was like, shit, I didn't look at it like that. Okay, then I guess I'm finishing this. So again, I don't thrive on it, but it was something that I needed, and that came on top at a certain
Yeah.
point in my life. The quality time, I'm a workaholic, right? So it's not something that again I thrive off of, but when
So considering because you're a workaholic, is wouldn't that be more important? When you guys do have that one-on-one time, that you value it a lot more.
this is
Yes.
very hard. This is very hard. Like
Gotcha.
sometimes we go out and it ends up being work because we go out
Mm.
and we out in a space and somebody say, "Hey, Jael, I want you to do an ad for me," and all of a sudden it becomes a situation. But and sometimes people don't have respect for that time, and there's no way of telling people, especially in a Caribbean situation,
Context.
hey, like we out later for that, like whatever. When you're self-employed, sometimes you gotta grab everything that comes at you. Although at times I tell people, let's talk next week or let's talk, tomorrow and stuff. And then sometimes it might be people that you might not cross paths again because I might be leaving the island, or so you want to kind of. So it's you never really know where
She dipped
Things
again.
are, let me see if I can finish a sentence. You never really know when
it
things.
has been for me personally. It has changed my life and I make like I'm not apologetic about it. I feel like I've lived three completely different lives, but a lot of things intersect in my lives. and it's okay for things to change and my love language to change at some any given time.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of no for real. It makes a lot of sense.
All right.
Sometimes you need to know.
So let me just hit up the chat.
I'm very curious to
So
know what people's love languages are.
Curvel is saying mine is time. Um, Jose, what happened to you, dear? I thought you were gangster. I guess that's when you were like, um, Carrie saying quality time. I need to spend real time with you. Touch me anywhere and anytime. Acts of service only two hands can clap. You need to work with me just like I work with you. Oh, that's Carrie's actually the mayor of Portsmouth. Big up to the mayor of Portsmouth on the line.
Hey!
Hey,
Hi!
live and contributing non-stop. Yes. um I'm looking for others. The people are having conversations, so I'm trying to like jump up because they're replying. You see them replying to each other. Ashma is saying, let's see. I'm trying to figure out where this conversation started. Paula is saying good evening to everyone. Okay, night. Hi. DD just dropped on. Trying to get what other folks are saying, but it's very hard to pull it up because there are a lot of threads in there. But yeah, so you, again, your love language can be anything as long as when just make sure. Like for me, it shifts a lot, so I'm not particularly like it's not never one thing all the time or two things or three things.
I
So,
agree with you on that one.
it's
And
gonna
you know,
See,
I
like
feel
even
like
like
I
with
gotta
quality time,
just
like my partner and I, we both have our own businesses, and a lot of the times, our quality time is us in his study working side by side, just quiet, just and in between, we'll have like downtime and that sort of thing. But just being near him, I'm in a zone, I'm working, he's in his own zone, he's working on meetings or whatever. But just being near him, is just I enjoy that, So and it's also I think it helps as well because we're both on the same page where a lot of things are concerned. So I think understanding each other as
yep,
well. I think that's the other side of it. Understanding each other's love
yep.
languages is critical as well, and seeing how you guys can have a sort of symbiotic yin yang kind of vibe going.
Jael,
mm.
question for you, being the one in the longest standing relationship. Do you know your partner's love languages and do you operate in ways, to make sure that you're not, I don't want to say always operating in a way where he is pleased?
Joven likes touch.
Oh, okay.
Joven
That's
is like,
important. That you know
like,
that.
like
And do you accommodate?
She
no,
too. She how much is what no.
no, I don't always accommodate because I can be very rough and I'm not always accommodating. And sometimes touch is far from my mind. I'm in a I'm in a mode where I need to be doing something
Be
else.
doing something else.
Honestly,
Selena, do you know yours?
and I know I could do better. I know I should do better. Um, so I'm not saying that I'm not trying to justify my actions in not I'm not trying to justify my actions in not recognizing that his love language is touch and always, so he loves to touch. So and he loves to be touched. I'll be by the thing. You see all of what you say about the by the sink, you washing.
Washing dishes and
Right? He loves touch and he loves to be touched. He loves it when I touch him
Aww.
and he does. He loves to be touched. I don't think affirmations probably too. He likes to be told things. I think that, but it's not on top of touch. I think touch is quality time. You what you said, Recorder, we could be in the same space and we could not say anything to each other for like half an hour and we're okay, we're good. And I think he shares the same sentiments. He's also very soft, doesn't have much to say. So he's not a very chatty person. Like if it's a current event and something, or every now and again he'll give me like a bath, like a story on what's going on. And he likes that kind of stuff, and then he goes back to being very calm, cool, and collective. So I will not say that he needs that that's always there. Um, and besides, we do have we've done long distance for a long time.
Right.
So having the quality time, if that was on top of his list he would have been gone long time.
Right.
And what is the other one again? What am I missing? The receiving gift.
Receiving gifts.
He could care less. He could care less about that. He could that. So and I'm going to ask him after the show. I was like, was I right?
Did you get it right?
Was like, I was like worried, like, did you get it right? But I think that's what he's is at the top. Um, Touch and affirmations would probably be on top of things. Just saying, hey, you did a good job, like you're a good dad. Like, and I try my best to say, you're like, even when my son did well, got a bursary, common entrance, and I mean, he's been raising my son by himself. Like when I say raising, like physically there, like we
Physically
both
there.
raise together, but physically there. I speak to them every day, but to I had to say stop and say, hey, you did really well. You're a good dad. You're a really good dad, and thank you for being there for our kids, and being 100% there. Because a lot of kids grow up without their fathers in their life, or even some kids grow up with their fathers in the same home and they're not really in their life,
True.
right? So so yeah, yeah. So that's
Nice.
it for me.
Very
That you
nice.
put me on the
Very nice.
spot. You put me on the spot with that. I almost want to ask you, but I'm not
I was
sure.
asking you the same thing too. Do you? Still even.
Yeah, man, I can say acts of service, like he appreciates an acts of service. And then sometimes we're in the long distance. So even like the words of affirmation come in very handy for him too.
Mhm.
Quality time we have to adjust because it's either I'm not home or it's either he's not home or it's either we're just separated from each other. So we have to adjust like which love language is going to work first right now in the
Mhm.
space that we're in. But he appreciates the act of service. Not really big on receiving gifts. Not really. I mean, who doesn't love gifts? Like if I send him something or, that's totally fine, but he's not big on that. But the acts of service, yeah, top of the list.
Interesting. I guess
Top.
all guys have something in common.
Yeah, top
Same
of
thing with
the list.
mine as well. But
So
that's
I
mainly because he's so accustomed to doing so much for others, as in the people in his life, whether it's family, his close friends, his network, and all of that. And I think what I've recognized is that he gives so much and he gets so little in return. And again,
mm,
it has nothing to do with gifts. It's just a matter of, okay, this person, has shown up for me in so many different ways, and it's it's not always reciprocated. So I think for him, he values that. It's not saying, well, like it's a tit for tat kind of thing, but also the idea that this person is also looking out for me as well. This person that I care about is also looking out for me in the same way that I'm looking out for them.
Mhm.
So yeah, and I think that's why I think it's acts of service and like words of affirmation are kind of closely linked,
Mhm.
because it's more than the act in itself or the words in itself, but like what it represents,
and it's
and
the
you,
thought
that
too.
person showing that you value
It's,
them.
and it's
Yeah.
the thought that counts a lot too. Like
Yes.
they
Mhm.
see, oh,
Yes.
she's thinking about me.
Yes. Yes.
She's
Like
paying
today,
attention.
was it today? Oh, yesterday I was I went to the supermarket and I called him, and he just randomly goes like, "I miss you." I was like,
Mm.
"You miss me?" Like maybe I said,
Oh,
"Remember."
that's
I would
amazing.
cry. I would just stand up there and start to cry.
In the supermarket, like, no, I
I
think
would,
after a while you get used to it, and I think we've learned. Like I like moments when I'm away, but not for too long. And then when I go back, so like the last trip was really good because I was in and out, um, in more than out, and I think it's
I think it. I wish I could continue Jail's sentences.
when you can reset, when you can, it's like a reset, like you every time it's like new, and I probably also I also change my style quite often. So because I do, it's like a new woman that's coming back every time. Look at her face.
Lord Jesus Christ.
Whoosh!
More power to you, Jovian. Always, Jovian, more power to you because when she have her back scratcher, always come with jail.
No, it's always there. It's always close. But my back scratch and my fan.
More power to you, Jovian. Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yep.
Yes, guys. I mean, I want before we wrap up because this is it. I want to remind you guys that we do have a Facebook group. We also have a question, some questions in there that we're going to be asking some of our top fans because we want to know that you want us back. We want to know if you want us back and what you want us to be talking about and what did you enjoy the most. And we're gonna be testing, helping us to improve on the show if we do come back for another season. So make sure you go and you follow the group, you join the group, and we'll be posting there. I want to big up Samaj and Orel. Samaj, who's been like handling our content tracker in terms of collecting all of these stories that are making headways and keeping us up to date, making sure our flyers are done. And on like big up to you, Samaj, and thank you very much for being like always there. My sister Aurel, who is like that working, or like she is like she's like my Siamese twin. My Siamese twin, no joke. Thick and thin. She was just here with me a couple days ago, and when she left, I was like, I don't want her to go. I wish she could have stayed a little bit longer. I'm like, you coming
Mm,
back soon, right? So yeah, thank you very much, Aurel. And she's always in the chat. She makes it a point of duty to be in the chat. I don't think Aurel has missed a live, to encourage folks to share the live, and to she shares everything in the chat. We're talking about, she pins stuff, she does all kinds of stuff. So thank you very much.
Oral runs the show, in
All
other words.
right.
Literally,
In
Sure.
other
literally.
words, Oral runs the show.
All
That,
right, sister.
that's
Right. So thank you very much to the folks that work behind the scenes, Annika as well, who does all our graphic work and stuff. Thank you very much for always getting our stuff done on time. And to you, lovely ladies, and to thank you very much for being such gracious co-hosts over the last 7 episodes. And I hope,
seven, I cannot believe.
yes, I hope I hope that we can. I'm stuck again. I don't know if you guys are
No,
hearing
we
me. Are
got
you
you. We
guys
got
hearing
you. Keep
me?
going.
All right. So I hope that we can come back for another season. I really do hope. So fingers, and cross your fingers, cross your toes, cross everything I can cross. Right? Right? And to you, the fans, those of you who came on every single week, you didn't miss. I saw a few sevens went up earlier. A few sevens went up in the chat. Thank you very much. Those of you who've been with us from the start. You've
From week one.
week one. You have not missed, and you share, you
Yep.
support, you send stars, you send love, you send likes, you make long conversations, you do all kinds of stuff in the chat.
You
We love you.
interact.
We love you. We love you. And we want to say thank you very, very much. And to those of you out there, the potential sponsors, yes, I'm talking to you.
We
You
come and call you. We are coming.
yeah,
Next season, yeah, we're coming for you guys.
thank you guys. Oh my God, this is the end. This is the end. Don't cry, Selena. Don't cry. Don't cry.
I don't know. All of a sudden, I just have this soft spot. All of a sudden, why am I
All of a
so?
sudden, mhm.
That,
I'm gonna miss hearing this every week. This is my jam. This is my vibe.
I enjoyed.
well, I'm gonna watch the rerun.
I enjoyed being on here.
Guys, thank you so
I
much.
loved it. I loved it. I
Love
enjoyed
this too.
I loved it.
Hope to see you guys soon. Thank you to the fans. Hope to see
You on
all
your
of you
face?
guys soon and chat. Oh yeah, my face, my face. Oh, and don't forget the other.
I need to practice my next season.
Bye, guys.
Nice to see you all.
Bye guys.
Bye.